Welcome to the real talk of my podcast, Too Good to Be True podcast with Pascal Mayala. I am your host, Pascal Mayala. It's been a month that I did not do my real talk, that we can have a real conversation. So thank God I'm doing it right now because, oh boy, today it was crazy. So for people who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about LeBron James confronting Stephen A. Smith during a Laker game against the New York Nets. By the way, they won it in overtime, so congratulations to the Lakers. 8 win streak in a row. But that's not what the people are talking about. The people are talking about LeBron James confronting Stephen A. Smith uh, during the game or maybe after the game. I don't know. But for those people who don't know, LeBron just confronted Stephen A. Smith during the game, and he said something about don't leave my leave my son shit alone or stop talking about my son, which is Bronny James. So we're gonna right before we start to read the Bleacher Report. If you wanted to follow me on social on this podcast. Follow me on Instagram, uh, Pascal underscore Mayada underscore 15. You want to follow me on X, formerly Twitter, is at Belly versus PMM. If you want to listen to this podcast, you can listen to this on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcast on the Real Talk is still under my bonus content of the Too Good to Be True podcast, or I will post it on my YouTube channel, Too Good to Be True podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, notify, and leave your comment on my video. We have 44 subscribers on my on my YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe on my YouTube channel for you can see the update on other video I'm gonna release. So let's get started. So share this. I'm gonna share this video, this um Bleacher Report news that just came out. So we're gonna read this together right now. So right now, so ESPN Stephen A. Smith revealed Friday on first take the reason behind the LA Lakers superstar LeBron James confronting him prior to a Thursday game between the Lakers and the New York Nets. Smith said LeBron's son, Laker guard Bronny James, was the topic of a heated conversation which went viral after being captured on video. So if you haven't seen the video, so I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it right now. So here you go. So you saw the video. You saw the video of LeBron confronting Stephen A. Smith. So let's continue reading. Stephen A. added that LeBron James made it clear he wasn't happy with things he had said or things LeBron heard he said about Bronny James. That was LeBron James coming up to me unexpectedly, according to Stephen A. Smith saying, and I might add to confront me about making sure that I mind what I said about his son. Can appear the word because the N stood for FCC Airwave. That that's what he was doing. Now, I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intention of talking about this at all. And the reason why is because it was on one-on-one. I wouldn't say a conversation, but it was a one-on-one confrontation. But then I wake up and everybody from ESPN and my agent and everybody else were sending me that this thing had gone viral. And so ultimately, it was unavoidable, and that is why I have to discuss it now. So that wasn't a basketball player confronting me. That was a parent. That was a father, and I can't sit here and be angry or feel slighted by LeBron James in any way in the regard. But all accounts, he obviously a wonderful family man and a wonderful father who cared very, very deeply about his son. And based on some of the comments that he had heard, and shall I say, I think he thought he heard, he clearly took exception to some of the things I've that I heard me say, and he confronted about it. So I'm not going to put the video for because of copyright, because I don't want to get blocked by ESPN on my YouTube channel. So you read the comment, and if you don't know what he was talking about, he was talking about the comment on that he did during last month. Sorry, I think it was last month or January when the Laker had faced against the 76er, and by the way, they lost on that game, and they let put Bronny James inside the in the court, you know, like that because they were losing. So let's read this again. LeBron and the Lakers went on to beat the Nets 130 to 109 in overtime on Thursday, running their winning streak to eight in a row. It is unclear which comment LeBron took issue with, but Smith had not has been shy about voicing his opinion about Bronny James and his availability as an NBA player. Back in January, yeah, that's true. Sorry, did I say last month? I mean January. My bad. Yeah, January. Smith discussed Bronny James on First Take, and strongly suggest that he wasn't deserving of any of the NBA playing time he has gotten as a rookie. So for those who don't know, remember, so I I, I talked about on my podcast. It's still available on my YouTube channel. You can look at it. I'll put the link after I finish this. I'll put the link. Um, I when I talked about it, or you could go on my channel and you could look at it. It said Bronny, and I talked about it on my podcast. So that being said, this is the video that I was referring to. So let's listen.
Really be as respectful as I possibly can be towards LeBron James, one of the top two or three players in the history of basketball, number two in my eyes. A treasure to the game of basketball that we should and will all miss when he is gone. I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. The first game of the season, opening night, the Griffies in attendance, father-son duo playing in an NBA game for the first time, an absolutely positively wonderful story. And then reality sets in. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong. As you hone your skills and you get better and you legitimately earn, which I believe he has the potential to do, I am rooting for Bronny James. It would be cruel to root against him. He's a wonderful kid. I wish him nothing but the best. But he's LeBron James' son. And everybody knows what attention that brings. Molly, Doggy, put them up on the screen because I want to see their face when I say this. Right now, Bronny James is averaging zero point 0.3 points, zero point 0.3 assists, and zero point 0.4 rebounds. You know what people are saying. You know what they're going to do to this kid. In 13 games, he has played 44 minutes. He has scored 4 points. He is shooting 1 of 16 from the field, 0 for 7 from 3-point range. How are you doing him favors? We know that he's not ready yet. And I'm saying this with compassion. I'm asking the greatest player in the game, one of the top 2 players in the history of basketball, an ambassador for this game, the face of the league, a 4-time champion, a guy that's gone to 10 NBA finals, one of the greatest we have ever or will ever see, who is a basketball savant. You know better than me, better than Doggy, better than JJ Redick, better than Rob Pelinka, better than any basketball analysis or analyst that exists. You know what these numbers mean. You know what it's going to do to your son, to people who are missing out on opportunities, that are busting their tail on other NBA teams in the G League in Europe and everywhere else, what kind of opportunity they're starving for. You're exposing your son like this?
So that's what Stephen has said on during during the uh the on first take on on during on January. So what is my thought of this? My thought is that I understand both sides. I understand the LeBron side and I understand the Stephen A. Smith side. Let's start with the LeBron side. I get it. Bronny James is your son. And as a father, not myself, but I'm not a father. I don't have any kids. I don't have any kids yet. I'm 31 years old. I don't have a girlfriend. But LeBron is a father. He would do anything to defend his son, Bronny James. That that is 100% true. 100% true. He will defend his son in a heartbeat. That being said, I understand the Stephen M's point because number one, he's a journalism, and number two, he's part of the media, and the media is not always going to talk about positive. They're also going to talk about negative. So it is what it is for the media. But at the same time, again, LeBron created that. And we got to be honest with it. Because did LeBron James, I think it was last, yeah, 2024, it was February 2024, did not say that my son is better than the half of the NBA who is playing right now? That came to his voice. And for him to not take the criticism is very, very, very cruel on his part. So we cannot talk negative about a player in this day. Not just the media, but the YouTube channel too. So we cannot talk about negativity. I don't understand. And also, Bronny James has to take the criticism, whether it's the good is the, or the bad. It's part of the territory. When you are an athlete and you try to play professional sport, you know what it comes with it, the negativity or the positivity, regardless. So Bronny James, I'm rooting for Bronny James. I said numerous times on my podcast, I'm rooting for Bronny James. But the matter of fact is, that's not LeBron's. This is LeBron's fault. I might add, it is LeBron's fault. So you got to take with the good with the bad. And like I said a couple of minutes ago, it comes with the territories. If you don't want to take criticism, go somewhere else, please. Go somewhere else. I mean, Stephen A. Smith did not say nothing wrong. He was respectfully, with utmost respect to LeBron James. There was nothing negative what he said. Everything he said is true. Not just him. 99.9% of the people in the YouTube channel or in the media said the same thing. He's not an NBA ready yet. He should have stayed in college in the first place. Yes, and I know he had a cardiac arrest. We get that. But also, I understand Bronny James, he want to be in the NBA, play with his dad. And you know he has to do it. Because if he quit right now, you know what the people are going to say about him. You know what the people, what they're going to say about Bronny James if he quit. So, LeBron James, this is all your fault. LeBron, you created that. And if you also LeBron James, you also have to take responsible for it because I'm telling you right now, you don't like the negativity that's surrounding you too. And let's be yeah, it's true. I'm not gonna lie. I'm saying what I say is real. It's like LeBron James, and the chat, not the chat, but the people who will leave the comment on my YouTube channel. If it's not true that LeBron James always trying to run away from obstacle, I don't know. You tell me, people on the YouTube channel, leave your comment. What I'm trying to say. It feel like LeBron James, um, he's afraid of the obstacle. He is, I tell you, one of the greatest player in my generation, especially my generation, that we ever seen. Believe me. And he is part of the GOAT discussion. Like Jordan, Kobe, a lot of people put Kobe, Magic, and so on and so forth. But especially Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan is the gold standard. But for him to run away and doesn't take criticism lightly, I mean, LeBron James, what are we supposed to talk about? How nice you are, how many shoes you're wearing, so on and so forth. No, we gonna criticize you regardless if the good or the bad. So that's all I gotta say for the on this real talk. Make sure to leave the comment on this video on my YouTube channel, and don't forget to subscribe, notify, like, leave your comment. Like I said on my video, you can listen to this real talk on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts. Like I said, I already talked about to If you want to follow me on X, formerly Twitter or Instagram. That being said, thank you very much for listening to this real talk, and I'll see you next time.